In 2018, Nepal had confirmed that it was building predictive policing. What it essentially meant is that the Himalayan nation would invest in technology that would allow officers to watch people's movements, identify in advance who they think will protest, and arrest them preemptively. Cut to 7 years later, what once seemed to be closer to science fiction, turning algorithms and data into a force multiplier for control, is now an everyday reality on the streets of Kathmandu, especially for Tibetans living there. An investigative report by the Associated Press unravels the Chinese web.
A major landmark in Kathmandu is the White Dome of Bodhanath, crowned by a golden spire, which rises like a silent guardian over the chaotic sprawl of Nepal's capital. On each of the spire's four sides are painted the benevolent eyes of Lord Buddha, set to see all that unfolds below. For generations of Tibetans fleeing the Chinese crackdown in their homeland, those eyes have served as a symbol of sanctuary. In recent years, however, things have taken an ominous turn, with the Tibetan refugees reportedly being watched by thousands of CCTV cameras from China, perched on street corners and rooftops to monitor every movement below.
But these things are scary because the cameras are look same as the Lhasa cameras, you know. Lhasa Pago camera, in Lhasa there are a lot of cameras like same like this camera, you know. It's like a little bit scary.
The cooperation or the presence or the influence of Chinese companies, tech companies, especially Huawei and ZTE, have significantly increased in Nepal over the years.
As a consequence of this intense surveillance, what was once a vibrant Free Tibet movement that had resonated around the world has somewhat become muted. Once, thousands of Tibetans fled to Nepal every year, but in 2024, the number dwindled down to single digits. According to the Tibetan government in exile, Nepal's warming ties with China, tight border controls, and unprecedented surveillance are the reasons for this drastic plunge.
Chinese pressure.
There's pressure from the Chinese authorities to monitor our activities in Tibetan settlements, to see if we are running any anti-China activities. If the police catch us, they can get rewarded for it. We live here, so they should not be tracking us. However, they still send people to pressure others into handing over information on us, since we're in a different country and can't arrest us over here.
In its defense, the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs has denied working in tandem with Nepal to survey Tibetans or coercing Western companies to hand over technology, calling the accusation a sheer fabrication driven by ulterior motives. But the experience of Tibetans in Nepal around key dates like March 10th, which marks the 1959 Tibetan uprising, or July 6th, the Dalai Lama's birthday, when those considered likely to protest are picked up in advance, paints a different picture.
The focus of the security cameras is to capture displays of faith and loyalty towards His Holiness. For ordinary people, the security cameras are monitoring those who might be involved in protests and who they're connected to. That's the main reason why these cameras exist. They're not there for safety.
Such has been the pressure of the intense surveillance that for many Tibetans there is no other option but to leave. It is to be noted that the Tibetan population in Nepal has plunged from over 20,000 to half of that or less today. But Nepal is just one of at least 150 cash-strapped countries to which Chinese companies are supplying surveillance technology. From cameras to Vietnam, to censorship firewalls in Pakistan, to citywide monitoring systems in Kenya, China is pushing for its global influence with its surveillance technology.